Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Goshen City FC live stream. As Goshen City FC is facing off against Holland Rovers, we had a bit of technical difficulties in the early goings of today's match, but now things are fully underway as Goshen City FC is in their first home match of the year, their home opener, home league opener, taking on Holland Rovers. And they already were able to get up early on the score sheet, getting a goal in just the second minute of play as Iker Fernandez Andes put one past Ullman for the Rovers. And here we are. There's a fantastic ball forward, and this could be another opportunity for Goshen City FC. Tito Sanchez just about getting a shot off there, but won't be able to put that one in the back of the net. It's actually out for a throw in here. And that one taken quickly by Steven Bondi. Now Drenth, Larenko, and then to Cruz. Saldivar. As you can see, Goshen City FC playing a very high, risky back line here. And Fernandez Andes showing a bit of his technical ability here. Again, Fernandez Andes, the goal scorer for Goshen City FC, coming from Spain. Plays for Goshen College as well. Transferred in, and I believe actually would have just about finished his senior season at Goshen College. Here's Cruz. Up to Simenez. Simenez inverted into the midfield and plays it wide for Fernandez Andes. Simenez, his whipped ball into the middle. Two players for the Rovers going for that one, but neither of them getting on the end of it. Here's Drenth. He looks up, tries to find an opportunity to whip one. He plays one just a bit too far back there, and Simenez, his touch on the ball leads to a throw-in on the far side for the Rovers. Rovers struggling to get out of their own half. As we know, Goshen City FC with so much technical ability packed in to their starting 11. There's the throw-in from the Rovers. Headed down nicely now with Simenez. Fernandez Andes. Great pass to Saldivar. Saldivar, does he see Bondi? Bondi with so much space. But Saldivar just running the clock, playing his game, keeping things calm. That's what he does. So much composure on the ball. And you'll notice just about every possession starts with a Saldivar touch, the anchor of this Goshen City FC side. There's a nice ball from the captain, Cruz. Gracefully headed away by the Rovers. That was Williams. Not the first time Williams has come in clutch, I should say, for the Rovers. Just a few moments ago, with a big sliding tackle / block, whatever you want to call it, to stop Goshen City FC. And now Goshen City FC with this corner kick. That one swung in nicely, and it was Flavio Cruz who got his head on it, but just couldn't get it quite under control. So that one goes out of play for a Rovers goal kick. And we get this opportunity to see how Bradshaw Ullman, how his kicking is. Is he going to go for a long boot up the pitch, or will he play this one short? I've got a feeling he might play it short, but we'll see. And you know what? After I say that, immediately then the whole team is going to push up here. So about half the pitch is inside the center circle here, or excuse me, half the players are inside the center circle here as the ball gets sent in, and Saldivar receiving it before the Rovers taking a hold. Cash Williams plays it to Caden Link. Link over then onto the wing to Lopez. Lopez breaking with pace. Can he have a strike here? Yes, he can. But that one rolling at a snail's pace won't be any problem for Ben Ken. Ben Ken, he won't take any risks. Plays that one out simply. Goshen City FC seem to always favor the simple possession-based football playing out from the back. Here's Drenth to Saldivar, back to Drenth. Lorenko. Cruz, he sees Simenes, who found a nice pocket of space to work with, heads that one forward for Garcia, and eventually cleared away off the boot of Mason Horwath. Simenes. Short to Fernandez Andes. Fernandez Andes breaking with pace again inside the box. Great ball cut back by Garcia, or to Garcia rather, but the cut back is cut out before it can find its target. And the stands just about max capacity right now, as Goshen City FC able to pull a big crowd for their home opener. Drenth plays that one centrally there for Pereira, but Pereira can't hold on to it. Now out of play. Bondi. Back to Lorenko. Goshen City FC, you'll notice, if they're unhappy with the way things are going, they're always happy to recycle. They don't take risks that they don't need to, and that just helps fuel the dominance that they have. Unfortunately, we do not have the possession stats for these matches. We don't have the luxury of that in our arsenal, but the Rovers, Goshen City FC always seem to be the dominant team on the ball, and especially here with the 1-goal advantage. I'm sure they are in no rush to lose the ball, happy to keep a hold of it. Of course, still in the early goings of today's match, but that patience is quite frequently rewarded with big chances for Goshen City FC. It's interesting to see how this team sets up in and out of possession. You'll notice they do have a 3-back, but at times you'll notice players inverting into the midfield. They'll shift into a 4-back. And quite frankly, the tactics of Tyler Bourne continue to impress and outperform Goshen City FC opponents year on year. Here comes Iker Fernandez Andes inside the 18-yard box. He takes a touch. That one, after a few deflections, finally called as a goal kick for the Rovers. And again, Bradshaw Ullman. This time, I'll guess he'll go far, and hopefully my prediction will be correct. Last time I got it wrong. But maybe I'll be wrong again. We'll see. That one once again sent straight in the center of the center circle. As Fernandez Andes fights to win that back for Goshen. He does. Then to Simenes. Saldivar once again just so good under pressure. One of the players that you'll notice, he just about never loses the ball. Regardless of the players that get put around him. He just doesn't lose the ball. You may be better off not putting players around him. Don't waste a body trying to guard him. You won't be able to. And there he is, Saldivar. Oh, and look at that. Commentator's curse. I think that's what they call it. Saldivar losing the ball. Now, an opportunity for the Rovers. Malachi Lopez, dispossessed. There's Cruz to Pereira. Does he see Bondi? Bondi with a bit of space here on the near touch line. Cruz. Fernandez Andes. Simenes. Fernandez Andes. Drenth switching the play perfectly to Simenes, who cuts it back for Cruz. He looks into the center with that cross. 3 players all contesting that one. All 3 players wearing white and black, so Rovers fighting each other for that one. Of course, they do come out on top. They do win the ball, so fair play to them, I suppose. Saldivar winning the ball back for Goshen. Pereira. Garcia. And again, Goshen. You'll notice they're very precise with their build-up. They have patterns of play that you'll begin to notice over time. How players move. A very fluid system. Here's Drenth. His ball forward. Finds some nice space, but looks like Simonez wasn't quite hip to it in time. There's the long ball forward, and be no problem for Drenth. Bondi. Pereira. Now Saldivar. It's very methodical. Goshen City FC build-up. And that opportunity seemingly cleared away, but not done very well, as Tito Sanchez able to reclaim possession for Goshen. Julian Saldivar to Larenko. Now Pereira. Saldivar to his left. Great line-cutting pass. Over to Bondi now. Garcia, Bondi again. This is beautiful football from Goshen City FC. One more pass. Iker Fernandez Andes goes down. And that is a penalty kick for Goshen City FC. With Goshen able to get the lead early on in today's match, the 1-0 lead, this will be their best opportunity to double that lead here, as it is penalty time. Who will step up to take it? Looks like it will be Tito Sanchez. Sanchez retying his shoes. Got to make sure they're on extra tight before he takes this one. And of course, make sure to hit that subscribe button here on our YouTube page if you're not already. You don't want to miss any of these Goshen City FC matches, so make sure to subscribe to see all of the matches live, of course, and also any re-uploads, any other videos we might post on here. Here comes this penalty. That one taken fantastically well, and it's 2 for Goshen City FC. They're able to double their lead. Tito Sanchez getting the goal after Iker Fernandez Andes wins the penalty.
Goshen City FC goal scored in the 25th minute by number 13, Tito Sanchez, from the penalty spot. Sanchez with his second of the season and first in the league from the spot in the 25th minute. Holland Rovers substitution, also in the 25th minute, coming onto the pitch, number 22, Logan Hildon.
And already back under play here as Holland making a substitution. It will be Logan Hildor coming in, and he's coming in the place of Fletcher Van Hau. Goshen City FC preparing to make 2 changes as well. Bondi, Saldivar, Larenko, and now Cruz. Julian Saldivar. Coven Drenth. Julian Saldivar, who you would think he probably touches about 30% of Goshen City FC touches are at the feet of Julian Saldivar. There's a fantastic ball forward for Sanchez. He gets past his defender, plays one centrally, cleared away, but Goshen still with ball at feet. Here's Pereira. Back to Larenko, and again, you can see just now how dominant Goshen City FC is in their possession, just by the space they're able to take up with their center back well up the pitch. I mean, That is fantastic play there. Simenez almost able to put that in the back of the net. And now a corner kick for Goshen, and Simenez, who had that opportunity, will actually take this corner kick. Simenez. Calling for a handball there, but that call will not go their way. And straight back to Ullman as, again, two more substitutions here. Ricardo Garcia and Mateus Pereira both making their way out, and coming in for Goshen City FC will be Teague Misner, and alongside him will be Hayden Clark.
Replacing number 10, Richie Garcia, and number also coming off number 14, Mateus Pereira.
Drenth under some pressure here.
Number 10, Angel Reyna.
Handles it very well. Cruz, does he see Bondi? Bondi does so well to pick up space on this near side. Again, really in acres of space. And this time, they're going to play that ball. Bondi, we know he's quick. His ball into the center, nobody there, and that went out for a goal kick for the Rovers. And the Rovers in need of something new, as they are under some pressure here from Goshen City FC. They've got to find ways to get the ball forward, as Goshen fully and utterly dominating this match so far. And this time the Rovers will play out from the back. But no less than 5 seconds in to that, Goshen City FC already back underway. You would think maybe actually sending the balls long may make some sense for the Rovers, as it gives them at least an opportunity to get the ball up the pitch, get bodies up the pitch, and try and win that second ball. But they opt to play short. Here's Drenth. Saldivar. Now Cruz. On the near side. And some early touches by Misner. There's the ball forward and headed away then by Cash Williams, and Ullman with the save. He motions his team up. Ullman sends that one the way of Saldivar. Second ball touchdown by Kevin Torres. And now Goshen on the break, getting into the 18-yard box. Really that left side of the Rovers defense, very vulnerable. You're seeing the majority of Goshen City FC's most dangerous opportunities coming on that left side. That even matches up with the substitutions that we've seen so far, as Logan Hildor, the right back, occupying the left flank of Goshen's attack, is the one who came in here. Hopefully going to add some security for the Rovers. Here comes Cruz, up to Misner. And now Simenez. Simenez. Does he see the run of Iker Fernandez-Andes? First to Sanchez. Back to Simenez. Simenez breaking in towards the corner. Great fake pass there to send his defender. Now Sanchez. Fernandez-Andes. Back to Sanchez again. Saldivar. Goshen City FC picking up the tempo here. Drenth whips one towards the back post. And the offside flag does come up here against Simenez. I think we've seen a few of these here where Drenth tries to find the space back in behind, and I think the Goshen City FC players actually aren't expecting it. Drenth, who had been a midfielder for his high school career at Goshen High School, then actually converting into a defender, a center back, as he aged, as he grew, not only in height but also in strength. And now, of course, you can still see the semblance of that former career as a midfielder. You can still see he's got the technical ability on the ball, whether that be his dribbling or passing. But of course, strong defensively as well, as he occupies some wide areas here. Here is Drenth, and there's that forward ball we were just talking about, this time trying to find Stephen Bondi. But that one just going out of play. It's the 32nd minute here, and Goshen has yet another corner kick. That is the 5th corner of the match for Goshen City FC. And here is Simenez again. Simenez, always the preferred on the right-hand corners. Of course, he is left-footed, so always a great option. That one swung towards the back post. Touchdown by Saldivar. Back to Drenth, and Drenth sending that one over the crossbar. But a great opportunity for Goshen. Ullman getting things back under play quickly here. Quick touches by the Rovers, but again, they can't seem to hold on to the ball for too long. Fernandez Andes. Quick touch back to Saldivar. Lorenko. Now Cruz over to Simenez. Saldivar. Drenth again. He looks up to Bondi. Bondi on the wing. Cuts it back, but the touch will dribble out again. This time for a Holland throw-in. Clay Warenga taking that one and then sent long by Williams. And so Holland really seeming to be just out, I don't want to say outclassed, but maybe out-tacticked is the word. Really just struggling to get any type of forward play going, and I mean, as of late, reverting to just clearing the ball up the pitch. Will their favor change as we have just about 10 minutes left in this first half? There's the ball sent centrally by Simenez. Touchdown beautifully well. And there is the goal. Julian Saldivar, the man we've been talking about all match. He gets so many touches on the ball. And that one, the most valuable of them all. Julian Saldivar with a fantastic strike of the football will get Goshen City FC's third goal of the match.
Goal in the 36th minute, scored by number 6, Julian Saldivar, his first of the season, assisted by number 18, Hayden Clark. Holland Rovers substitution in the 36th minute. Coming onto the pitch, number 17, Miguel Solis, replacing number 5, Drew Sotok.
And a beautiful little finish coming there from Saldivar. Great touch and finish with his left foot. And so Goshen with a 3-goal advantage. This is where we might see some play open up, as the Rovers already trailing by 3. They're going to need some magic to get back into this match. Here's Misner. Back for Cruz. Saldivar. Great pass forward by Coven Drenth. Bondi finds space, but that one cut out beautifully by Clay Waranga. And yet another corner kick. I believe this will be number 6 for Goshen City FC, as who else but Simonez to take this one. Simonez, Goshen College would-be graduate now, I believe. Just graduated, although maybe in his May term here at Goshen College. Simonez. His touch misread, and here's a chance for the Rovers. A counterattack opportunity. Touch there by Kevin Torres. Center now with Caden Link. Link surrounded by a sea of orange and dispossessed. Cruz to Bondi. And again, this just speaks to the versatility of this Goshen City FC. Just about every player on the pitch could play it in every position on the pitch. Everyone's so well-rounded, complementing each other nicely. And of course, the benefit of that is, you know, when you get a player out of position, you need someone else to fill in that gap. Oh, no problem. No problem at all. Everyone working together, and just generally this Goshen City FC team very in sync with each other. Here's Iker Fernandez-Andes, the man who opened the scoring in today's match. Plays it to Misner. Misner's ball, no good there, but Goshen's still with it here. And that's what Goshen does so well. Every time they lose the ball, you'll notice they're very quick, very eager to win it back. They don't let the Rovers really make any plays happen, really get into any rhythm with their passing, rhythm with their play. And even now, you'll see as Lopez, Easton Lopez, intercepts his long ball to the far side. Quickly won back by Simonez. And again, Goshen resetting their play, resetting their opportunities. Misner, fantastic ball forward. This one for Sanchez to chase after. Gets a bit of a touch from the back there, and looks like no contest even from Sanchez himself, but wouldn't want to see too much there. Too much more, I should say. Throw in for Goshen. Bondi. Fernandez-Andes back to Bondi. Saldivar here. Lorenko. Cruz. Misner. And this is just calm as can be for Goshen. That pass cut out, but Iker Fernandez-Andes picks the ball right back up. Great pass to Bondi. Bondi, his strike. And Ullman able to keep that one out of the back of the net. Iker Fernandez-Andes back on the ball. Fernandez-Andes, one of the players that I've had the luxury of being on the same pitch with him, although maybe not quite as a competitive setting. I can't contest that he is one of the most technical footballers I've ever seen, and that strike from Misner does drift just wide of that right post, but a great opportunity nonetheless. Great power on that one. Had a bit of that swaz, if you will, if you know who the F2 Freestars are. A little bit of swaz. Spin on the ball. Omen, his long ball. This one not getting quite as far as previous ones. Saldivar once again getting the ball, and a great little skill there from Fernandez-Andes. Here's Cruz. Misner. Saldivar. Now Simonez. He looks up. Pulls the ball back to Iker Fernandez-Andes. Flavio Cruz. To Lorenko. And that's just the strength of this Goshen City FC team. So hard to really press. That was a fantastic ball sent centrally. And Tito Sanchez just about getting ahead on it. but doesn't come to anything. And this throw in to be taken by the substitute, Logan Hildor. Misner, that one forward, and can it be four? Just about. Hayden Clark, who tries to sneak that one low on the near post, but can't make it happen. Corner kick for Goshen. They're up to 14 shots on the matchup. Just one shot for the Rovers. And even more than the scoreline, that might speak to the dominance that Goshen City FC has displayed so far in this first half. That one sent in nicely, but Ullman does well to command the box, grab that ball there. Ullman looks up and punts the ball way up the pitch. That's got to be his record on the match. And now Ben Ken gets a few touches on the ball. He hasn't been able to touch the ball all too much so far this match, so I'm sure he's happy to get his little moment there. Run forward from Fernandez Andes, but again, Saldivar. Saldivar has come. Saldivar, you know what? It's good to take risks, but sometimes having a player like Saldivar is quite necessary. He says, you know what? If I'm not certain this ball's getting to your feet, I'm not going to take the pass. No, no, no. Great ball there to find Iker Fernandez Andes, and actually that ball bouncing awkwardly. I think it had been on course for Fernandez Andes, but it may have just even found a little lip on the pitch, and it popped up awkwardly. Here's Misner to Bondi. Great little triangle from Goshen. And that one out for, you guessed it, yet another corner. It's number 8 of today's venture. Eli Simenez, his leg might start feeling a little bit of pain if he takes too many of these, but I'm sure he's up for it. Actually, interestingly, it's actually getting a bit warmer here on the campus of Goshen College, as it was a slightly overcast and chilly afternoon, but starting to heat up here. That ball sent in nicely. The strike coming in from the substitute, Hayden Clark, but back out. Saldivar to Drenth. Drenth wide for Simenez. Simenez. His ball whipped in and cleared away by Williams. And it is just relentless pressure from Goshen. The Rovers so often just overpressured when on the ball. And that's halftime. Goshen City FC 3, Holland Rovers 0. We'll quickly remind you of the goal scorers. It was who else but Iker Fernandez Andes to open up the scoring in today's match. Then it was Tito Sanchez to score from the penalty spot. And then last but not least, Julian Saldivar to make it 3-0 for Goshen City FC. It's halftime. We're going to take a real quick break. Or I'll take a real quick break. This stream will be up. You don't need to go anywhere on the Goshen City FC YouTube page. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button if you have not already, so you don't miss any other Goshen City FC matchups, any uploads, whatever it may be. I'm sure you don't want to miss it. Hit that subscribe button. And of course, we'll see you in about 10 minutes before Goshen City FC starts off the second half of action. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Goshen City FC live stream. As we are just ahead of this second half of action, it's Goshen City FC taking on Holland Rovers. And it was a dominant display from Goshen in that first half of action. The men in orange with a 14-1 shot advantage, and that netted them 3 goals to Holland Rovers 0. And just less than 2 minutes here until this second half will be underway. If anyone has a score prediction in the YouTube chat, I'd be happy to hear. You guys can be my color commentators, co-commentators on today's matchup. So if anyone has a score prediction for the second half, I'd be happy to hear what you might think. Goshen City FC doing their little warm-up again. As the Rovers are getting into their huddle. Wonder what their huddle will be saying right now, as they're trailing currently by 3. Quite a bit of work to get back into this one. Big Trav in the chat says 5-1 Goshen. It's Logan Klunder who predicts a 4-1 win for the Rovers. I'm not sure he sees the score right now, but maybe he means 4 Goshen, 1 Rovers. I think that's maybe what he means. And so we'll see how things change in the second half of today's match. And one thing worth noting is that Goshen City FC is able to send players back onto the pitch who had been substituted off in the first half. Any player can be substituted on and off 1 time in each half of the match. And so that explains why Mateus Pereira is back out on the pitch for Goshen City FC. And of course, also explains why Ricardo Garcia is back out on the pitch for Goshen City FC. So Logan, I apologize, Logan does believe that it will be a win for the Rovers. I'm not sure he's able to see that Goshen is already up 3-0, so somehow he is hoping on 2 goals being subtracted, but nonetheless, we are just ahead of the second half of action here, as it will be Tito Sanchez to kick things off for Goshen. And with this second half just about underway, I want to remind you one more time to hit that subscribe button, guys. We are so close to 300 subscribers on the Goshen City FC YouTube page. So if you can help us out by hitting that subscribe button, it would mean the world to myself, to all the players at Goshen City FC, and everyone else behind the scenes who help to get these broadcasts out to you. And here we go. Just about to get things going, as it will be Tito Sanchez to start things off. And just waiting here for the 4th official to, or rather the 2 linesmen to get in position before blowing the whistle. And there we go. Back underway as Saldivar, who else but Saldivar, to get on the ball. I will remind you all of the goal scorers in that first half. It was Julian Saldivar who got the 3rd goal. It was Iker Fernandez Andes to open the scoring. And Goshen City FC got their 2nd goal by way of Tito Sanchez. Sanchez, who got on via penalty kick. Saldivar on the ball already, and this is going to speak a lot about how both teams intend to play. Goshen already coming with intensity, but that intensity is being matched defensively by Holland as they're working hard to get the ball. Here's Pereira. Fernandez Andes looks up, tries to find Tito Sanchez, but just misread. Ricardo Garcia in the midfield wins it back for Goshen. Saldivar, then to Cruz, now Pereira. Bondi. He looks up and sees Drenth on the overlap. Drenth with space to cut that one back for Tito Sanchez. Read nicely by Williams. So Pereira will switch play. Cruz. Simenez. Fernandez Andes. He sees Cruz. Good 1-2. But just a smidge too close for Mason Horvath, who clears that one away. Drenth. Excuse me. Lorenko drawing the foul there, and Rovers free kick taken quickly. And you can see a new mindset here for the Rovers. Really nothing to lose for them in this second half, so they are playing a more aggressive game here. Their back line pushed much further up, and we saw that become an issue for them in their first half, as they really were just trapped in their own box for a huge portion of that match. Drenth trying to play a long ball there, but looks like just misread. One of the areas that you'll likely see some improvements in future matches, as I'm sure head coach Tyler Bourne will make note of it. Area for Goshen to improve. Pereira, great little fake there. Selling the defenders with his eyes and motioning Simenez forward. There's Bondi. Saldivar. Cruz. Pereira. And he's looking for forward runs. He wants to make something happen. Of course, exactly what you love to see. That eagerness to get forward. That's a great ball forward for Bondi. Bondi just loses the foot race to Ullman, who cuts that one out. And now long ball forward from Ullman. Saldivar down to Bondi. In the center for Pereira. Now Iker Fernandez Andes. Lorenko passes the ball through a few players there to get it to Bondi. Bondi's ball centrally. It's a nice one there, but won't be a problem for Ullman. And you'd have to say that in the early goings of this second half, the Rovers have certainly done better than the first half. Looking to play a bit more progressively, get the ball forward a bit more. Just generally taking maybe a few more risks, not committing so many bodies back on defense. Williams clears this one out, and then actually Bondi able to intercept that one before it can find the sideline. Cruz to Saldivar. Now Fernandez Andes. His 1v1 will actually commit a foul there, so free kick well within the half of the Rovers. And the sun back out shining again, so the players, I'm sure, will be feeling that. It had been a bit chilly earlier on in the day, but I'm sure the sunshine is actually probably much appreciated by the fans in the stands. Maybe a little bit less so by the players who won't want to be too warm. Here's Pereira. Now played back to Ullman. Horwath. Simonez on the ground here in quite a bit of pain after colliding there with Horwath. Looked like even just his collision with the ground may have been the root of that pain. Long ball from that free kick, cut out by Saldivar, and now it's a free ball for both teams to try and get on the end of. Out of play for a throw-in, and good to see Simonez back on his feet, and he actually will take this throw-in here. Lorenko. Cruz, the captain. His ball forward. That's brilliant for Tito Sanchez to get on the end of. Inside the 18-yard box. Cannot sneak it past Ullman. You've got to say Ullman really stepping up big time for the Rovers in this second half. Commanding his box. Here is corner kick. Number 1 of the second half for Goshen. This one to be taken by Pereira. Sent towards the back post, headed away. Looks like out for a throw-in. Here's Bondi's ball. Cleared away to Saldivar. Saldivar, really the last defender for Goshen. Ricardo Garcia. Pereira. Switches it then to Bondi. Now Saldivar. Near side. Eli Simonez. Ricardo Garcia, 1-2. Maybe just mishit a smidge. Great ball forward to Pereira. He tries to take it on the half turn, but dispossessed. Nice little spin from the Rovers, number 17, Miguel Solis. And there was Caden Link. Link seen on it the ball just a little bit in today's matchup. Cash Williams, probably one of the standouts for the Rovers thus far. This one of the longest opportunities, longest chains of possession for the Rovers. They do get the ball up the pitch, but won't be able to really test Goshen too much with that one. As again, Ben Ken able to get a few touches on the ball. He has not had to do too much, certainly not too much with his hands, as still just the one shot for the Rovers in today's match. Although, credit to them, they've kept Goshen to just one shot in this second half so far. Tito Sanchez to Saldivar. Now with Cruz. Lorenko. He splits the play nicely, but cut out by Clay Warenga. There's a ball forward. And finally, Ullman is called upon. Great composure by Ullman, and Drenth wins this one back for Goshen. Drenth, who's really shifted into the midfield in the second half now. Had been playing as part of that back line, but I think Goshen rightfully realizing maybe aren't in need of quite so many bodies at the back, and so Drenth able to contribute a bit offensively as well. Bondi, great link up with Iker Fernandez-Andes, who gets past one, gets into the box and does go down here, but no interest in the eyes of the referee to make a call out of that, as Goshen still has the ball, but Fernandez-Andes seemingly in a bit of pain here, as the match will come to a pause. So looks like he will get just a bit of medical support here. As Goshen thinks about their options off the bench, it's, of course, head coach Tyler Bourne, the man in charge for GCFC. He has been since the inception of Goshen City FC back in 2023. We've seen year on year Goshen City FC dominating, being at the top of just about every competition that they've played in. Not always winning, but certainly challenging for those top spots. And Iker Fernandez-Andes in quite a bit of pain here. He's actually going to be helped off, and so will be a substitution. Seems like it will be number 18, Hayden Clark, who may re-enter the game. He had been playing in the first half, but was then subbed off, and maybe alongside him we may see Abdon Ortiz. Those two both looking like they may be making their way in. Head coach for the Rovers is Cole Pauly. Pauly, a younger manager out there. He's getting a quick chat in with the captain for the Rovers, of course, Fletcher Van Houw. And so here are the substitutions, and as predicted, it will be Hayden Clark to re-enter. And alongside him, number 7, Abdon Ortiz. Clark, who got the assist on the third goal in that first half, played a nice pass to Saldivar.
Substitutions in the 59th minute for Goshen City FC. Coming onto the pitch is,
and so alongside Fernandez-Andes, also departing will be Stephen Bondi.
Also coming onto the pitch, number 7.
Substitutions made by Goshen City FC, so some changes. We'll see how this changes the match. 59th minute of play here, and of course, Goshen City FC in the lead 3-0. Again, another reminder to hit that subscribe button, guys. It's completely free to hit that subscribe button. We're pushing towards that 300 subscriber mark. Here's Ricardo Garcia. His ball into the middle. Nobody there to get on the end of it, though. It was a nice pass, truly. But no one there to really exploit it. Here comes Bradshaw Ullman, who will be sending this one far up the pitch inside the center circle. Touched by Cruz. Then Williamson. Now Saldivar. Saldivar with a ping of a pass for Simonez to chase after, but that's no-nonsense defending by the Rovers. Right back. Hildor. Throw in to Saldivar. One touch. Back to Lorenko, and interesting little boost of speed in this Goshen attack. There's a nice Little spray from Drenth onto the far side. And some first touches for Ortiz. Back to Drenth. Cruz. Now Pereira. Garcia. Pereira. Cruz. Switching that again. Now to Drenth. Drenth. Looked for a second like he was eyeing up a shot. Does keep a hold of it, despite pressure from the Rovers. Saldivar. Cruz. Here to Tito Sanchez. I think Goshen City FC may be the first team to play a false every position. False 9, false 8, false 10, false 5, false 4. Doesn't matter what it is. They'll play a false of it because everyone is moving everywhere. Corner kick for Goshen, and will be Garcia this time. Yes, Jimenez in support. Jimenez towards the back post. Touchdown very nicely by Cruz. Cruz. Pereira. He chips one centrally. Lorenko hits it towards net with the back of his head, but won't cause any problems for Bradshaw Ullman. Ullman, who's been maybe the quote-unquote main character for the Rovers of this second half. And Goshen up to 17 shots in the match. That was a mistake, a rare mistake from Goshen, and it's going to allow a shot from the Rovers captain, number 11, Van Houw. Pereira to Cruz. And so you will be wondering what will be the game plan for Goshen now. Of course, already in the league, this lead, and this is a league match, so goal difference is important. So you'd imagine they may try to keep compiling on to their lead. Ortiz. Great whip in from his left foot. Drenth was there for the header, but actually an offside here. I believe that's the second of the match. So despite maybe a early boost of energy, it does seem like the Rovers somewhat complacent in this second half, really looking to minimize the damage. Because, of course, on both ends, as much as positive goal difference matters for Goshen City FC and their 3-0 advantage here, the Rovers will be looking to do the same on the other end. And it's actually going to be a foul here. Lorenko coming in a bit too hard against Kevin Torres there. That free kick taken quickly. Nice footwork momentarily there by Jack Molina, but quickly dispossessed, and Garcia's ball forward, no good. Again, the Rovers, who just cannot get a single second on the ball without immediate pressure from Goshen. Somehow, with both teams playing 11 on the pitch, it does seem like Goshen have that 12th or even 13th man out there from time to time. Interestingly, that numerical advantage Goshen City FC did have in their very first match of the entire season. They were playing in the Amateur Cup, the National Amateur Cup, against Steel City, their very first match of the year. And after a red card and 2 injuries where no substitution options were left on the bench, Steel City were actually forced down to 8 men by the end of extra time. So I think that's probably a record for myself as to the least I've ever seen on a pitch at once. Saldivar. Pereira. And he calls Garcia close, and this is just a testament to the really strategy, I guess, of the Rovers. Pereira allowed so much time on the ball there as the Rovers invite the pressure, and it's going to be a corner for Goshen as Simenes takes a rough tackle there. And Bourne calling close Cruz, the captain for Goshen, looking for some instruction, and at the same time it will be Cole Pauly, coach of the Rovers, who's calling close Van Howe again. Once again, both of them using their captains as kind of a microphone to spread their tweaks and their tactics to their teammates. Here's Saldivar. Drenth. He sees Cruz. One touch to Pereira. Pereira. Touch and go. It's the name of the game for Goshen right now. That one cut out nicely. And driving with it is again Hildor. Hildor eager to kind of progress the ball, if not by passing it to teammates. He's willing to move the ball himself. So credit to him. Taking things into his own hands, even if he may not always have the support he so desires. Pereira. Saldivar. Saldivar again. Ole ole. There's the ball in from Larenko. Wildor clears it. Goshen back on it again. Drenth drags that one just a bit wide, and actually a touch from Ullman makes it a Goshen City FC corner kick. Excuse me. No, it's a corner kick. That's what they're called. What am I thinking? Corner kick for Goshen as Simenes, believe this is his first of the second half, as all the last few have been on the near side. And really Goshen, for the number of corners they've had, have not been able to exploit them as much as you'd maybe hope to. Will this be that time? No, will not. Actually a foul there called against Goshen. Goal kick for the Rovers. And now we can see a big old chain of substitutions incoming for Goshen as Joao Laranjo alongside a few others here prepared to make their way into this match, presumably at least, and actually a few of them need to remove earrings, of course. No jewelry allowed. Wouldn't be safe. Warenga plays that one back. Goshen back on the ball. Tito Sanchez, his 1-2 just misread and out of play for a throw. And this may be where we'll see these substitutions. And it is Joao Laranjo, Ariel Matute, Alex Murillo, all alongside Teague Misner, the 4 for Goshen, ready to make their way in. Link. Now to Hildor. Hildor driving with a bit of space. This is the most aggressive attack we've seen out of the Rovers in this half. That cross, not quite enough on it, or maybe just too much, as that will get collected nicely by Ben Ken. Tito Sanchez. He looks up. And he finds Hayden Clark. Clark then plays in Abdon Ortiz. Back for Drenth. Quick touch and a strike. Shouldn't be a surprise that Drent is able to generate quite some power from his strike there. And here come the substitutions. Coming in for the Rovers will be number 5, Drew Sodak, and number 14, Malachi Lopez. Lopez, who started the match, re-entering.
Rovers, number 5, Drew Sotak, and number 14, Malachi Lopez. Entering for Goshen City, number 3, Ariel Matute.
And leaving the match will be Tito Sanchez, Julian Saldivar, Eli Simenez, and Flavio Cruz, the captain for Goshen City FC. As we mentioned, it will be Teague Misner,
replacing number
Ariel
4,
Matute,
Flavio Cruz, number 6, Julian
Alex
Saldivar,
Murillo,
13, Tito Sanchez,
and Joao Laranjo.
and number 20, Eli Simenez.
And so 6 changes, all made at once in today's match. How will that change things? That's the question. One thing you should change, if you're not already subscribed to the Goshen City FC YouTube page, make sure to subscribe, guys. You need to change that. You can do better. And it's free. Think about that. That attempted switch by Pereira, just a tad bit too much on it. Pereira underestimating how powerful he is. Suppose there's worse problems to have. There's the throw-in for the Rovers, and they're breaking with some pace. That's a nice little ball threaded through, although I wondered if that offside flag may go up, and eventually it does. Larenko, that was. And now it's Drent on the near side. We had been seeing him on the far side, but he gets on the near side here. Linking up nicely with Ricardo Garcia and Alex Murillo. Alex Murillo. His whipped in pass is very good. There's another low-driven cross there coming from Abdon Ortiz. And that first cross coming in from Alex Murillo, it looked like it was headed straight into the trajectory of Joao Laranjo, but great work again by Cash Williams to intercept that one. Cash Williams, fantastic aerially. He's been able to show off his aerial ability quite a bit in today's match. Larenko. And Drent finds so much space in front of him. Credit to Van Houw, the captain for the Rovers, as he still continues to keep the press on. Goshen working up the pitch with Matute. Breaking into the box. Great work from Goshen's number 18. That one shouts for handball. Certainly from my angle, it did look to hit off the hand of Williams, but no call from the referee. And of course, may come as a surprise, but Goshen City FC not quite with VAR capabilities just yet, so we will not be able to replay that one. When a decision is made here, it is final. And a quick stoppage, as looks like, again, some medical assistance may need to be called upon. So I believe it is Link, Caden Link, that is, in a bit of pain on the far side. And if you notice a bit of tremble maybe is the word I was looking for, a little bit of shaking from the camera, Goshen College and their football pitch is positioned right next to some train tracks. So it's not uncommon to maybe hear a few honks of the train's horn, or also to feel the rumble of the train. There's a great switch. Goshen really controlling this match, but for that control in the second half, they still haven't gotten on the score sheet, so you would be a bit surprised kind of seeing how much they've been on the ball, but still unable to put it in the back of the net maybe. I'm of the opinion that Goshen should just start taking some shots. Not that they haven't been. They're almost at 20 shots in the match, but hey, is there ever too many shots? Just make things up. There's the long ball off the free kick. Pereira. Now to Drenth. And this is the highest up we've seen the Rovers press. Pereira. Misner. Switched it for Matute, who does get there. Matute sees the space. Goes into the space. Sees his teammate, passes to his teammate. And now Misner again. Back to Pereira. Pereira kind of doing the quote-unquote Saldivar role in his absence. Great pass here. Garcia picks it up in the box. So good in those tight areas. Now Misner. Misner fakes the shot. Takes the shot. Puts Goshen City FC ahead. That was fantastic from Misner. Teague Misner makes it Goshen City FC 4, Holland Rovers 0.
Goshen City FC goal scored in the 78th minute by number 8, Teague Meisner, his first of the season, assisted by number 19, Alex Murillo. Meisner is first from Murillo on 78 minutes.
Substitutions.
Substitution in the 78th
Excuse me, just the one for the Rovers will be Link making his way out, and coming in his absence will be Angel Reyna.
Replacing number 8, Caden Link.
And so it is as many as 4 for Goshen City FC. Their lead, their advantage in today's match. The halftime prediction of 5-1 for Big Trav seems to still be on. And so next time, if you want to make a halftime prediction, make sure to be here at halftime and make your prediction. You wouldn't believe it. Ricardo Garcia. Nice 1-2, and now Drenth. His long ball forward, and that's one that Clark will chase after. Clark does very well to get on the end of that. Oh my goodness, that bit of skill was brilliant. Had that worked out, that certainly, you know, I don't know Hayden Clark personally, but I imagine if he has an Instagram account, we would have been seeing that one on it. Certainly a highlight reel, at least. Here's Drenth. Misner. Matute. Pereira. And Goshen just allowed so much time on the ball. Pereira has that one cut out, and great work here from the Rovers. This one could be the opportunity, but very well played there by Ben Ken to be alive, alert, awake, and enthusiastic, and get to that one. Now Goshen having their opportunity on the break, and Bradshaw Ullman saying, hey, you know what? I can do it too. You can come out of the net. You can play with your feet. I can do it too. And there was Drenth shielding off the ball. Fantastic opportunity for the Rovers. Certainly their best of the match. Great work, great pace there from Easton Lopez. Lopez, who also gets taken down here. Substitution for Goshen. We'll see Drenth make his way out, and in his absence will be Micah Wieland. Set piece for the Rovers. That one. Touched up, and Wieland will quickly get his first touch. Pereira loses the ball. Chance here, and strike here. Coming off the foot of who else but Easton Lopez. So that makes it a hat trick of shots for the Rovers in today's match. And Goshen up to 20 shots in today's match. Alex Murillo. The Rovers pushing up this back line again. Can they find a way to use the good old classic offside trap? That's a fantastic ball forward for Laranjo. That's another pass that maybe not as fantastic as the last. Looked good for a second. He did look good for a second. But only a second. Out of play for a goal kick. That goal kick taken short. Looks like 2 more substitutions coming for the Rovers. Goshen City FC have used all of theirs, but the Rovers looking to make 2, and at the same time, they do have a player on the ground here who may just need some medical attention. Although, that being said, he's back up on his feet. It was Easton Lopez. And so substitutions incoming will be number 21, Axel Urbina.
Substitutions in the 83rd minute for Holland Rovers. Coming onto the pitch,
Urbina,
number
who
21, Alex
takes the
Urbina,
captain's
replacing
armband
number 9, Kevin
off
Torres.
of Van Hau. And so too coming in will be Blake Page, number 29 for the Rovers. Had to, of course, take out the earrings. Can't forget the earrings. Can never forget the earrings. But he also comes onto the pitch. We'll see.
Also entering the lineup,
Once again, what this changes
Fairchild replacing number 11, Fletcher Van Hau.
for both teams. Long ball does fall down for Blake Page, but out of play for a throw-in, and this seems like it might be the best opportunity of the match for the Rovers. We'll see what happens here, because if nothing else, Goshen City FC loves a counter-attacking opportunity. We haven't seen too many of them for Goshen, but they do love them. Pereira, he looks up, and we can see a run on the far side. Here's Laranjo chasing after this one. Does get beat to it by Horwath. And throw in here. Excuse me. Free kick here. No, it was throw in. I gaslit myself. What am I doing? How much do Goshen players pay the refs? The chat coming in from Logan. Interesting that the players are the ones doing it in this scenario. Great little spin move there from the Rovers' number 14, Malachi Lopez. And a free kick for Goshen. This one to be taken by Lorenko. Lorenko with the captain's armband on after Cruz made his way off the pitch. Great little bit of footwork there by Hayden Clark. Hayden Clark, very, very impressive in today's match. He was not in the starting 11. He did get an assist on one of Goshen's goals, but very, very impressive showing from Clark. Matute. Great work by Murillo. And that was a crunching tackle coming in from Logan Hildor, and he's going to get
Yellow card
a
caution
yellow card.
in the 86th minute, shown to Holland Rovers number 22, Logan Hildor.
That one a bit too aggressive, and if I was in a high school student section, I think we'd probably be cheering, "You can't do that." I think that's what we'd be going for right now. We'll see. We always like to mix it up. Here's Pereira. Takes this one short. Whips this one in. Headed up and away. And saved at the last minute from going out by Ullman. And everyone up the pitch for the Rovers. Everyone going up. That one taken low. As Lorenko will head the ball twice in a row. Don't see that too often. Throwing for Goshen. Abdon Ortiz to take this throw in. Lorenko. Garcia, his run. Brilliantly into space. And that clearance really shanked by the Rovers defender. So throwing for Goshen. Pereira. Misner. Then to Ortiz again. Ortiz past his man. Great footwork. Ortiz still there. Misner, one touch. Great football towards the edge of the box. And again, seeing the technique from Hayden Clark. It is a joy to watch. I'll admit it. It's a joy to watch. If you're enjoying watching it, hit the subscribe button. If you're a fan of Hayden Clark, hit that subscribe button, guys. Come on. There's a clearance. And once again, Rovers with a player on the ground, seemingly in a bit of discomfort here. We'll see if he's going to be okay. I think he will be back up on his feet, but in a bit of pain. And the grass did seem to heal him, thankfully. It's magical, that Goshen City FC pitch. It is quite magical. Ullman with the long ball. Free kick here, actually, for the Rovers. And this, their most dangerous set-piece opportunity they've had. They are sending up some bodies for this one. Blake Page called back for some defensive cover. Tyler Bourne. Don't see this too often when you're winning by 4 goals, but motioning players actually to go forward for the counterattack. Here's a set piece. Whipped into some space there, headed by Williamson. Popped way up. Headed away, Garcia towards it, and Blake Page collects. Garcia says, actually, nope, that's mine. Great ball forward there. Laranjo to run onto this one. Tries a Ronaldo chop, as they call it. And no foul call by the referee. Nice little tackle. That's a 2-for-1. Win the tackle, win the ball, and the throw in. 3-for-1. Abdon Ortiz in the 89th minute, guys.
The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 1 minute added time.
And 1 minute added time in today's match. Will there be time for the Rovers to make a comeback? You guys let me know in the chat if you believe the Rovers will come back. But if I had to make a prediction, I'm going to say Goshen City FC will hold on to their lead, hold on to their clean sheet as well. And throw in now for Goshen to Lorenko. Ronjo, great little striker's move there. And really embarrassing his man before some help can come and save him. Long ball forward, but had Malachi Lopez gone for that one, it almost certainly would have resulted in the linesman putting his flag up. And that will be full time here at the Goshen College Soccer Complex. Goshen City FC opening up their league campaign with a resounding 4-0 victory. Goshen City FC with a dominant performance and a dominant scoreline to match it. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not already, you know what I'm going to say. Subscribe to Goshen City FC and their YouTube page. Of course, don't forget to, if you're able, come out to one of Goshen City FC matches. Show support in person. And the goals in today's match: Julian Saldivar, Teague Misner, Tito Sanchez, and of course Iker Fernandez Andes, all getting on the score sheet. It's a 4-0 victory for Goshen City FC. My name is Cormac Lichty. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's stream. Hit that subscribe button, and of course, we'll see you in the next one. Thank you guys so much.
Keep up with the latest from